As we mentioned last time, we're going to talk about economics and politics today. So we're drifting a little bit away from corporate finance. I am a free trader, and I'm a free trader because I view free trade without the barriers as maximizing opportunities for everyone. Whereas protectionism, it tends to pick winners and losers. There was an economist from San Francisco who wrote a book called Protection or Free Trade. It was the first book entered entirely into the US congressional records. That topic and that question of protection or free trade is as relevant today as it was 134 years ago. When we talk about protectionism and free trade today, there are levels of complexity that make it very difficult to ascertain, well, what's the basic principle we're talking about here. It's a lot of rhetoric and anecdotal arguments that come with it. Also, because protectionism has been in place for so long, we almost take it for granted, and it's so firmly entrenched that when we start talking about the advantages of free trade, the fear of loss and change swamps the potential opportunity that free trade brings, however great those opportunities are. So let's take a simple story from a few hundred years ago to try to talk about as basic protectionism and free trade as we can. Robinson Crusoe in the late 18th century, the character in that book was stranded on a desert island. Wow, great desert island, salt ocean lapping up on the beaches, there's fruit in the trees and some spices growing wild. However, Robinson Crusoe was in survival mode. He has to get wood and stone and make sharp implements. He has to hunt and forage for food. He has to find a way to sew to make clothes. He's tilling the soil to grow vegetables. He's gathering wood and mud from wherever he can find it in order to make a shelter and stay warm. Well, eventually, his island is discovered. And one day, let's imagine a labor lawyer rows his boat ashore, and he grabs Robinson with some sense of urgency and says, "Robinson, ships are coming. They're loaded with goods, metal, knives, lanterns, pre-cut lumber. This is disastrous for your economy." Well, Robinson's a simple man, and he asked the lawyer, "Well, for what reason are the ships coming to my island?" Well, I'll tell you. They're coming here because they want to exchange all those goods they have in their hulls for the fruits and the spices that you have on the island here, which are in high demand back home. "Oh," Robinson says as he looks around and he sees the fruit rotting on the ground. He said, I'd be okay to exchange what fruit and spices I have, because those goods, they will improve my quality of life." Says the lawyer, "that is the problem. Right now you are gainfully employed. You have as much work as you want. You control your economy, you're a manufacturer, you do everything. They want to take your work away. If you allow this exchange to happen, maybe you'll work 2 hours a day collecting fruit for them." I'm going to let you think about that, draw your own conclusion. Think about it in the sense of your household, and then it's just one small step to look at it more globally. Next month, we're going to go back to corporate finance, and we're going to talk about another very interesting topic, private equity. Thanks again.